What's going on, team? I'm ready to get right back into the live trading action. And trust me, I have a contrarian outlook on the market that many might not. How do you find out? Stick right here on live trading, of course.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right, traders, we're going to get into the action. And I think all our Bitcoin fans would be excited a little bit later today. We will have all access, and Bit Digital should be joining us there, BTBT. So stick around, team, for that. We're going to have a great show here, of course. You guys know where you're at. Live trading, of course. Don't go anywhere, team. We got a lot more for you guys coming up right here on Benzinga. And I'm excited to share my outlook on the market. We'll get into that action right now. Just setting up some little kind of adjusting something right quick. There you go. Adjusted there. Let's go ahead and let's bring on my man, Nick Brown, in the chat. He's hanging out with us today, like always, and we're ready to get into the action. You ready, Nick?
Oh, we're always ready. A lot to talk
Always
about.
ready. Born ready, baby. Let's get into the market. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on right now. And I want to show you guys my outlooks first, right? And like always, guys, take everything with what, Nick?
A grain of
salt, baby. Let's put some salt on it. Let's take a look at it. What are we seeing right now? Well, we're actually getting that pullback that is closer to the correction, right? And I think that now we need to start thinking about where the bottoms can be. And I know that I've been calling like, hey, you got to take it easy, you got to take it easy. But now we're definitely getting to that level where you can start looking for what? The 10% retracement level. And so the 10% retracement level is closer towards this bottoming action right around the 348s, where you have this bottoming action here on this day of the 6-7. So June 7th, June 8th, there's some supports that are right off of this level. Also, you got May 30th. And so somewhere in that 348 to 350 area, I think could be the potential stopping ground for this correction. So what do I need to do? I need to be using indicators to show me that that's also showing up. So I look at the RSI and I look at historical outlook. I talked about this yesterday. Wanted the cues to get down there towards what? The 18 level. Now we're right there on that 18 level on RSI. That's going to tell me what? That we are at a point where we are oversold. Does it mean that the bounce has to happen today? No, but it should happen in the next couple of days, right? It could take a week. It could take 2 weeks for this to happen. But just the idea that it could happen is all I need as a trader to get the edge. Now, what do I need to be looking for? Reversal signals on the patterns. And that's what I'll be watching. I've talked about Microsoft multiple times. Can I get a reversal signal on Microsoft? Today, Microsoft actually takes an expansion away from the 9 EMA that tells us what? Weaker and weaker. Now we need to start seeing where will resistance maybe start acting as support. I had this 312 drawn before. I'm going to look for a move back down 312, closer to 310, and then see if we get a red to green reversal on Microsoft today. So what am I looking for on stocks? I'm looking for stocks to fake some bears on the downside and start ramping back to the upside. Does it mean that this correction's completely done? No, but we could have a decent bounce back day, followed by maybe, who knows, on Monday, maybe we get a little bit more wipeout towards that complete correction. But that gives me the ability, at least today, to look for the turn. And a lot of traders are doing what? Probably looking for continued downside action today. Can I blame you guys? No, because the bears are out in full force. And like I always say, the market wants to do what it does. It hurts the most, right? I'm starting to see everyone go pessimistic really quickly. That's when I start thinking, hey, reverse psychology here. If they're thinking pessimistic, I need to start looking at when this turns around and catches the bears sleeping and the bulls come right back. We'll see what happens in the market. All right, let's keep going. Nick, have you been seeing anything out there? Are people starting to get pessimistic? I know you keep up with Twitter.
Yes, they are, and a lot of them are, worrying that we're below the 50-day on a lot of the major averages. Dow just closed above or below its 50-day since I believe June 1st yesterday. So we are watching this, and the headlines continue to roll in regarding what's going to happen with inflation, what's going to happen with earnings, what's going to happen with the Fed. A lot of people are worrying that the Fed could over tighten. So we have a lot to digest before year end. And will markets make it to 4,800, 4,825, 4,900 before year end? There are some hurdles to clear before we make before we make the way back up there. So we have a lot to be careful of and a lot to ponder on over the weekend as we gear up for Jackson Hole next week.
Yeah. And one thing that I'd be pointing to, of course, is that the financials still showing concerns, right? Look at the KRE, look at these banks. Not that many people are talking about it. I've been talking about it on Start Swing Trade. It was the title of my show yesterday. Would we get some more banking concerns coming in? Watch out for that, guys. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm just seeing the price action. The price action tells me stay the hell away. Don't even come close to it, Mitch. So that's just what I'll put out there. All right, let's get into the other action in the market. Let's take a look at what's going on here. In a few minutes, we'll be joined, of course, by Ryan Faloona. I do still have one stock that I am decently in the red on today. It's BTU, and I'm looking for it to come back up today. We'll see what happens on this one. Of course, I took this one yesterday, and that's a coal player. We'll see if it can come right back up there through the 2270s today. Going to give it a shot. But we'll see what happens on this one. Definitely would like to see it kind of maybe tick to 2190s at the gates here, but really get back above 22s. Don't want to see it taking out 22s because then I got to go ahead and just get out and try to retime it on BTU. We'll see what happens there. Do I still like the long-term move, the daily chart? Yes. But the truth is, I'm still not getting that pop that I'm looking for, that pop that I've been seeing in AMR, the pop that I've been seeing in CE. I'm looking for that type of pop. We'll see what happens. Deere had earnings today. That's one that's on my radar, on my shopping list. It's right there telling me, hey, Mitch, you were looking at 420. You got this now down to 410s. Is now the time to go dipping in Deere. So I will be looking for red to green moves. Why? I drew this right here, and this tells me enough. Golden cross on Deere. A lot of times when I see the golden cross, what do I expect? I expect an immediate pullback after the golden cross, followed by what's called the expansion move higher. Now I'm going to be looking for that pullback to start dipping my toes in Deere and looking for the expansion move. We'll see what happens on industrials if they can start making their way back. One way to look at that is XLI. I know I've been covering this pretty well on Start Swing Trade by showing you the head and shoulders on my index, and that did give the pullback. Now let's see if they can start finding some prior resistance as support, and we start making our way back on industrials. That's why today I'm also looking at American Airlines. There's stocks that I'm looking at, guys, to buy the dip on. I'll let you guys know if I start taking some swing trade opportunities. Let's keep getting into the market. We got my man Ryan Faloona back in the house. Smash the like out there. And you know how it is sometimes, guys. The psychology in the market sometimes tells you that everybody's getting bearish. And that's honestly when I start to look bullish, guys. All right, kicking it to you, Ryan. How we doing, my friend?
We're doing good. Happy Friday. Good to be back. Sorry I'm late. Let's go over a couple of things real quick. What do you say?
You're not late, man. You're just on time. Let's get to the action.
I work on Lombardi time. If you're 15 minutes early or you're late, and I am late. All right, so taking a look at the SPY chart here, I know Mitch is saying if everyone's turning bearish, he's looking to buy. I'm going to pause the brakes on that. I'm going to take the other side of that. I'm going to break.
Love it.
Is going down to this area. I've been saying it for a long time. I've looked wrong for weeks upon weeks upon weeks, and now finally that patience is paying off. SPY is absolutely trading down into this purple shaded area, and I think that if you try to front run bounces, you might actually get sucked into a position that ends up hurting you. So let's be a little bit more patient on some of the swing trades. Obviously, there's going to be outliers, and Mitch is exceptional at finding those outliers. So this has nothing to do with you. This is just
I love it.
This is just an overview of the broader market here. As far as safely wait, I mean, everything's coming down right now. Micro caps small caps, they feel like they're all going to $1. It doesn't matter what chart you pull up. So it's rough right now. I want to see the SPY really kind of come in. I want to see if we can consolidate at this level here, anywhere between 426 and 431. If we can, that's going to give a lot of juice to some stocks to really make a rebound. And it's probably going to be some of those bigger stocks. But I've looked like a moron for a number of weeks because I've been bearish when the market has kept going up. And now finally that is coming home to roost. So glad I was patient there. Next, we're going to take a look at some of the smaller names here that are absolutely in play for today. Release the Kraken, folks. Kraken is ready to rock. CRKN, this is Crown Electrokinetics. They popped as high as 242. I didn't see any news on this. If anyone else found some, I'd love to hear it. I haven't seen any of it. We have this kind of back and forth seesaw pattern. So what I would say here is add this on dips. Make sure that it's not a falling knife. Make sure it comes into some type of support level or starts to consolidate. Add on dips and then sell the rips. Certainly wouldn't do anything to hold this overnight. That would be silly. Next on the list here is going to be DRTS. Now this one really kind of holding out right at VWAP. I want to see how this one trades when it actually opens. I can't remember if I've traded this before. It's kind of blending in with some other tickers that have the same letter. So I'm not sure if I've traded this before. I want to scout it out, see how it does. We are right at the VWAP. So if we get a push away from that VWAP, we'll see. We'll see how long that push actually lasts. Now, next one here is going to be HE. And okay, this one has actually been a great trader recently. I've traded this the last 2 days. I'm up hundreds of dollars on this. This, thankfully, has been the vehicle that has really kind of kept me afloat from some of the poor trades that I've made this week, including the ones when my internet dropped. And I had to take some big L's. So this, again, looks like this is going to be in play today. Now, this is a little bit of a volatile stock, so keep that in mind when you're going through your risk parameters. There is a catalyst here. Hawaiian Electric shares are trading higher after the company said its goal is not to restructure. So if you have Benzinga Pro or if you have access, I would encourage you to go read the Form 8 that came out here today. They give an update on all of the wildfires and all of that. To me, it seems like they're trying to do the right thing. Remember, one of the things we talked about is that the liability for this company is really going to determine its long-term future. And I kind of compared this to PG&E. I will say I don't think we have enough information at this time to make a really confident call. Anything that you're making here would be speculation on longer-term holds. As a result of that, I'm going to try to just day trade this. It's been good to me, so I'm going to keep going back to it until it's not good to me anymore. Some of you might disagree with that strategy, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. The other thing that's on here, I didn't really see anything else here notable from some of the smaller cap names. They really don't have a whole lot of targets here today. One of the ones that was a huge move yesterday, I was a day too early, was IDAI. I tried to trade this, and maybe I was 2 days early. Yeah, wasn't yesterday. I tried to trade this on Wednesday. I got smoked. Had a much better day yesterday, a much better day on Wednesday. This is the day I traded it. I'm sorry. This is on Wednesday. Had a much better day yesterday. We'll see what it does here today. It really needs to move up and take out the 3 level. We'll see if it ends up doing that. If we get the volume like we saw yesterday, this right here is the key on this stock. You get volume sticks like this, there are absolutely trades to be had. Look at the way this thing trades. When it spikes up, it often comes back into the VWAP. So if you're going to be scalping or taking short-term trades, do not be afraid to sell into the rip. You will almost certainly will get an opportunity to reload it when the stock comes back in. Mitch, that's all I really... Mitch is gone. Nick, that's all I really got here. You got any news you want to go over?
Yeah, I was going to say, we had some earnings yesterday after the close and even this morning. If you could throw up a chart of Applied Materials, AMAT,
yep.
Adjusted EPS came in at $1.90, estimates for $1.73, revenue $6.43 billion, estimates for $6.16 billion. Semiconductor Systems net sales $4.68 billion, estimates for $4.51 billion. They see Q4 net sales about $6.51 billion, estimates for $5.88 billion. This morning, I went over the earnings transcript to count how many times they said AI, which includes Q&A. They said AI 16 times on the call, so something to keep track of. Ross Stores, they reported earnings last night. If you could throw up that, Ross is the ticker.
Really quick before I change to Ross,
Yes.
one of the things that's really important about AMAT's earnings is that they actually had really good earnings. They had good guidance. The stock traded up, and look what's happening to it. It's coming back in. One of the things that we've talked about with the earnings season is that the numbers almost don't matter. It's how the market actually views that stock after the print has come out. This was a good report. It was a good guide. The stock is lower here this morning. Keep that on radar. You said Ross Stores, right? Ticker Ross,
Yes.
ROSS?
ROST, I believe.
ROST. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Adjusted EPS $1.32. Estimates for $1.16. Revenue $4.9 billion. Estimates for $4.75 billion. They see Q3 EPS $1.16 to $1.21. Estimates for $1.15. They see full year EPS $5.15 to $5.26. They saw $4.77 to $4.99. Estimates for $4.97. So again, they're raising the guide there. Regarding Applied Materials, really quickly, they reiterated their chip market to reach $1 trillion by 2030, Ryan. So just watch NVIDIA and all the other chip makers. Just wanted to include that note there. Deere reported earnings this morning, ticker DE. Adjusted EPS, $8.11. Estimates for $8.19. But if you strip out adjusted and you just go with EPS, it came in at $10.20. So well above expectations there. Revenue $15.8 billion. Estimates for $14.11 billion. They see full year net $9.75 billion to $10 billion. That's raising the guide because they previously saw nine and a quarter to 9.5. They see 2023 production and precision agriculture net sales up about 20%. If you could throw up a chart of Estee Lauder ticker.
Yep. Before I move to Estee Lauder,
Yes.
one thing to keep in mind here on Deere is it does look like we're trying to bounce off the 200 days. So this 408 spot is going to be really key if you're trading Deere at all. A breakdown beneath this, I think we almost certainly go to the 100-day at 397. That's an 11-point move from that breakdown spot. So just keep that in mind. Estee Lauder, that's EL, right?
EL, yes. They reported earnings this morning.
Yikes.
Adjusted EPS 7 cents. Estimate for a loss was for 4 cents. Revenue $3.63 billion. Estimate was for $3.48 billion, and they declare a quarterly dividend of 66 cents a share. That chart ain't really looking too good, as you pointed out. I don't know if you have any comments. I don't know if you trade Estee Lauder.
I don't trade Estee Lauder, but the one thing that I'd be looking at here, this sure looks like it wants to retest the COVID lows. This is an ugly chart. At some point, this is going to bounce. This is a good company as far as I'm aware, but this is an ugly chart. 137 looks imminent.
Yeah. All right. Now we have general news. We have a lot of general news. If you could throw up a chart of Meta. We got news out of the information last night that Meta Platforms is preparing to launch software to help developers automatically generate programming code, a challenge for proprietary software from OpenAI, Google, and others. That's according to people familiar with the matter, according to the information. The new coding model rivals OpenAI's Codex model and builds on Meta's Llama 2 software, a large language model that can understand and generate conversational text. We're going to have to watch OpenAI. We're going to have to watch the AI space in general, just because if you mention AI, your stock is going up, but they're not showing you the money. We need to really nail down AI. If you could throw up a chart, you can't really throw up a chart because we have some IPO news. Bloomberg is reporting 2 IPO stories. A SoftBank arm is said to line up 28 banks for its biggest 2023 IPO. ARM Ltd has filled out the roster of underwriters for its initial public offering, with 28 banks and on the deal. People familiar with the matter said. Regarding another IPO, Bloomberg is reporting that Instacart plans for September IPO in its boost for U.S. listings. The largest U.S. grocery delivery company now plans IPO on the NASDAQ. Instacart could disclose finances in a filing next week. If you could throw up a chart of Ford. According to CNN, Ford
real quick, Nick, though,
yes.
I'm glad that you brought up Instacart there. That's going to be one of the big IPOs this year. You said a September is what they're targeting for. I'd be interested if you hear anything about Databricks IPO. That is probably going to be the biggest IPO of the year. I have a feeling courtesy of a really smart guy that I know, that in some way the market is actually being held up so some of these IPOs can come to market. Databricks and Instacart being the two biggest ones. Great to hear a date on Instacart. Let me know if you hear anything about Databricks. Sorry, let's go back to Ford.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll watch the IPO market because it's something that's really not really popping in 2023, and they want more companies to go public. Really quickly before we open, Ford, according to CNN, has unveiled the 800 horsepower Ford Mustang GTD, which will be available in late 2024 or early 2025 at a starting price around $300,000. There's much more in this Mustang, according to Ford, besides its power engine to account for its Lamborghini level price. It's modeled on the Mustang GT3 racing car that's set to be driven at an international competition next year. That's all I got. It's Friday. A lot going on. We are open in like probably 20 seconds or less. Ryan,
2 seconds.
All right, we're open.
All right, let's see if the Kraken gets released today. Breaking up to 220. We'll see if it breaks that. Looks like I'm getting a little bit of lag here on my chart. There we go. Breaking, moving higher. Back down. And beneath 220. And to VWAP. And bounce.
You're just like an announcer.
This is fun.
You're literally just like an announcer right now.
Yeah. Just want to see if this can get rolling here. Showed some strength early. Volume looks good. Let's see if Kraken moves away here. Stopped at 225 on the first trip up. And beneath VWAP. And if we get a breakdown here on Kraken, this is likely it. Yep. Let's see. We got the lows here of what, 210? Looks to be it. Let's see what Kraken can do. NEPT, you guys are saying. I guess Kraken's not really doing much. NEPT, this is a penny stock. This is not for me, but for all you penny players, this one is ripping here. Wow, it's really going too. NEPT, you're in at 24. Nice trade. You're up 5 cents on that SS Trades. Great job. Yeah, PanW earnings after the close, Lynn and Randy. Good morning. Nice to see you this morning. PanW after the close on a Friday, that is concerning.
With a conference call, Ryan.
Say again?
With a conference call followed at 4:30, I believe.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Maybe I'm totally misreading this. Maybe there's a really good reason for it. That's absolutely possible, but to me, that makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. Yeah, and Beach Bum was saying Databricks is an AI-related company. Absolutely. I believe that is the biggest IPO of the year. We'll see what happens if that gets released. Or when that gets released, excuse me. PW. AMAT trying to bounce. Watch that today. Even if you don't trade it, just kind of watch it. AMC being called in the chat. Let's take a look at AMC. That popped and came right back in here. It's actually not a bad spot to try it for a scalp trade. I'm not going to because it's AMC, but to be honest, this level's not bad. Out 28 on NEP. Nice trade. SS Trade starting the day green there. Can't argue with that, my man. One thing here I noticed. ACHR moving. Okay, that's moving to the highs. I don't have any of that right now. DRTS, I said I wanted to watch this here. First move here is down. Decent volume out of the open, but not really good performance at all. Palantir ripping after being down. This trying to make a red-green move here. Excuse me, red-green move attempt on Palantir. Good morning, Crow, calling ADTX. Let's take a look at ADTX. This just took out yesterday's high here. This is a good one, Crow. This looks good. Not in this. ADTX doesn't say it's halted for me. Yeah, it looks like it is, but I don't have that reported in here. Interesting. Interesting. Kraken going higher. So there we go. A little bit of consolidation out of the open here, but this is going higher now. IDAI moving up. This was a good call. I just got smoked on it. Donated money to the cause. Next spot here, I got 323 and then maybe 333 on IDAI. This one's strong here out of the gate. Volume is not great, but price action is. Here we go. This is a spot on IDAI. Saying Rigetti is going. Rigetti Computing. This has been a great trade for us. IDAI 325 now. Rigetti, this is just a nice bounce off the bottom. This is still red here on Rigetti. IDAI, there's a bid at that 320 now. 325 is where it stopped on IDAI. Ross Stores, nice little bounce after some profit taking out of the open here. Enough volume here to put it on the relative volume scanner. That's nice to see. IDAI right back to that 325 spot. Sure looks like this wants to go higher here. There it goes. Took it out. I'm not in this. I'm just a little too slow to this one, especially after getting stomped on it. That 333 level is going to be key. Looks like it actually printed a little bit higher than that. That was the high from yesterday. That was the intraday high from yesterday.
Dipping my toes in some American Airlines here. Starter on for the swing trade. Just grabbed 14.96. So going to get a little starter here on American Airlines. Let's go to Deere here as it's starting to get lower. I'm looking for a 400 entry, but we just went down there pretty close. We went down there to 402s. Let's see if we can take that out, get closer to 401s. Then I could start risking off the 400s there for Deere. I don't mind that at all. But I need to get down there a little bit today. I'm going to be looking to get down there. Cat, I'm also looking for it to get red and just start hitting down there into the gap. If it could fill the gap and start bouncing out of that gap, it will be looking pretty good. And so I'm just looking at these farm and heavy construction machinery stocks. We'll see what happens there. Shopify is starting to get into the gap zone that I wanted to buy it in. So I'm just looking for the 50. On Shop. I would love to grab a little bit of Shop, but I need it on the pullback and I need to see at least a little bit of some sideways action. Could it pop today? Yes, it could get a little bit of pop. I'm not going to probably day trade Shopify here, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. Definitely the big thing is look at the sectors. Let's tell what's the market telling us. Real estate up, cyclicals up, energy up. And the only thing I'm seeing in the red right now is basic materials and technology, but this looks like it wants to bounce back. We'll see what happens today if that starts to get the bounce. All right, AAL already in the green for me, up through the 15s, and that's kind of like what I was expecting. We'll see what happens. Short Tesla, I wouldn't be short in Tesla right now. Big thing is I saw that there were some analyst notes already starting to get bearish on Tesla. That's usually when you see the flip. I think Joel Elconin talked about this morning. So shout out to him on the reversal call for Tesla today. And it's already getting a nice little bounce there. I would be probably looking for longs there, but that's just me. I talked about it before the market. I want to keep an eye out, of course, on Microsoft. Continue to watch that for reversal signals. Until I get that, I don't think this market's coming back. We'll see what happens today.
Kraken higher here, or CRKN higher here. Pre-market high, I've got 242. See if I can get the top of that candle exactly. 243, excuse me. 243, your pre-market high. It looks like it's going for that. Little late here on Kraken, but that's okay. No position right now. Would consider re-entering this though.
Still have BTU looking at it right now to see if it can come back through the 22s. This is what I need to do and not break down through that 2180s anymore. So I could add for it right here. I'm thinking about maybe taking an ad at 2190s and then just holding off the bottom here for the rest of the trade. Of course, this is a swing trade, but at the same time, I don't want to expose myself too much on it. Even if I do add from that point on, it's 100% stop out right here. So that's what it's important, is always understanding like, hey, if you're going to add, you're always going to increase risk. You need to probably take risk and tighten that up if you're going to be adding to positions. That's where I get very careful when I start adding and going to bigger positions. All right, here's that pullback opportunity for BTU. If I want to take the ad and then just risk down, I'll do it. I'll take the ad there. Now I'm at 22.28, so I'm slightly above, all the way up here. So you guys know I'm in the red on this position. Now let's see if I can just hold off the bottom of the day and then risk off the 2175. So I'll set the stop at 2175 right now. And from here on out, if it gets there, I'm out, man. Boom. If it hits down there, anyway, I'm out of it. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. XPEV coming down there, and I need to see some true China fiscal policy that stimulus is coming in, and stimulus is needed in China if China names are really going to get the pop. Once we get that stimulus, I'm down, but it's not coming in right now.
Yeah, see, Congo was asking, what's your take on about China real estate? This could really this could be a huge thing, because if China stimulates, that's going to absolutely increase global inflation, and we're going to be in big trouble. So keep your eye on this.
Oil pushing today, guys. You guys know how all about the oil life. It looks strong right now. XOM gave you a nice opportunity yesterday, also coming right back down, and then now getting the bounce. We'll see if it pushes through that 108.50. That's at a very important spot to take out today and close above on XOM. And I don't have a position on that, just kind of stating some energy there. All right, guys, if you guys have any positions you guys want to take a look at today, let me know. I'm looking at Deer right now, down to 402, but I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more. Take out that 402, come in the 401s, and I'll take you, Deer. I like it. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I just need it to come down a little bit more.
NVDS, this is the bear ETF, the 1.25 levered bear ETF that I am long. This is my exposure short to NVIDIA. We gapped up here today. This actually appearing on the relative volume scanner, which is really encouraging. I'm just going to keep holding this. I really hope NVIDIA comes in a couple of percent here today. That'd be great. So
best call out on the week, I have to say, was pre-market prep 450. Wait for the 450 pop and the 450 move back below on NVIDIA. That's what I was talking about on pre-market prep. I was upset that I didn't get to trade on Tuesday with you guys because I would have gone after that pop and short. It went to 452, right back down through that 450. I would have taken a nice little probably $2 risk there and gotten a huge win on NVIDIA. So shout out to you, Ryan, for going for it.
Thank you. I'm still in it. We'll see. Hopefully hopefully we can hold this position through earnings. We'll see. Real quick, Samita asking Coin, anyone like here? I actually like Coin for a short. I like Coin to come back in maybe 60 or below 60. I would not long this right here. Lynn asking about ACHR. Yeah, we are definitely looking at ACHR. I don't see any entry yet on this, Lynn. Let me get the chart unfrozen there. I don't see an entry. This thing has just completely ran away. So first entry here might be a pullback to VWAP. I'm not trying to chase these green candles.
All right, Ross Stores had some good earnings today. You guys know I was swing trading that in the 115s. It's up there now to 119s and 120s. Can this keep running today? It went from red now to green. We'll see if it takes out the 120. This could maybe help TJX get back into the green here as it pulled back on their report. Now starting to get the lift. We'll see if it gets to 90. Looking around, team. If you guys see anything that you guys like, let me know. We'll take a look. Utilities bouncing back right now. Saw that HE was getting that bounce back there. In the pre-market, that thing went massively up.
Kraken right at VWAP here. So I'll take some of this. I'll try this. We'll try Kraken here at a VWAP, but really tight stop. This really breaks down much past what, 215. I think that this is a no-go here on Kraken. We'll see if it bounces here from the VWAP. VWAP has provided very little support. We got a seller building under it here. This is likely going to be a loss. Oh my God.
My biggest
Straight
thing,
down.
Yeah, my biggest thing on that one is I hate stocks that have done 4 attempts to the upside and then failed. If it was the third attempt, I would be feeling a lot better. And that was when it moved from 215 to 235 recent.
Yeah.
So it definitely needs to hold that 215 now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 215 is the line in the sand. I'm just playing this off a potential technical bounce off the 223. So far, not looking good though, Mitch. You're spot on with that.
I see it. It's just more like just like if to me it should have gone on the last attempt. At least that's my outlook, right? That's just my thing. And then that's just my rule of 3. Like at some point, like you get to this point, like if you can't break the resistance, what do you usually do? You test support. And here you just tested support. So Ryan knows what the support is at least, and that's all that matters, really.
Yep.
No, you're out. No, you're out. That's what I always say about any trade. There's never a trade that's right or wrong. There's just risk to return. And does that make probability sense for you? Boom.
Here we are. Break beneath. Look at this. Kraken probably going lower here. See if it bounces off that support. They put in size at 215. And they're okay. They took it. Well, let's see. Let's see if it bounces here. If it's got to turn around right here, or this is done.
Carvana getting the spike there. Yeah, that's interesting. And Darren, I'm watching it. I'm watching Deer. I'm watching it right now. It's 402.50s. Let's get into the 401s, and then I'll start going share by share into Deer. And that's the thing about anything that's, to me, usually over 300. I'm going to go at it literally share by share and ladder order in. Why do I want to ladder order? Because do algos go and they put all their order in one spot? No, a lot of the times, what are they doing? They're laddering down. And I think that's an important outlook that I like to use in my swing trading ability is ladder it down so that I get a better fill, right? Versus just getting one fill. If I don't have to pay commissions, why the hell put all my order on one price?
Absolutely, Mitch. That's the one thing that commission-free trading has really done is that it's made scaling in much easier, especially for smaller users. Kraken right back down to 215 here. If it can't hold this, look out.
All right, I'm coming to you, my friend, and then I'm going to keep looking around to try to grab something here. I'll let you guys know if I start keep going. American Airlines doesn't look too bad. It's holding 15 now. So I'm looking at airlines to get up and industrials to stay green. Industrials are green on the day. I'll show you that right now. This is industrials. I can even show you airlines overall, but American Airlines starting to get a lift here. And then let's take a look at the airline industry outlook. This is the industry outlook. I'm looking for this to climb right back. And if I look at it on a daily pattern, it's really retraced a significant amount from the recent rally. If I do this from like kind of the bottoming action to the top action, and I use my fibs, this is around the 61.8. So we're really close to the golden mean. So what I can do is you can use the support that I see on the chart right here, either at the 26112 there, or the support right here. Look for that to hold and look for the airlines to start reversing off of that level. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. UAL, DAL are a little bit more lagged and they haven't dropped as much. So those are actually better looking charts because they've held their gains versus American Airlines. But to tell you the truth, I just like how it's pulled back enough here. And the 200-day right above it, I'll take a shot.
ACHR moving higher here. I'm still watching Kraken just because I'm trapped in this potential bounce play. See what happens here. I could probably just set my stop and look away from it.
Wisdom, I played Home Depot on through the 300s, and I played it up there to 310s on a swing. I'm looking for it to come back to those levels. So 310s, 300, like the 200 moving average. A lot of times when I see the bullish cross, and I see it right here with the 50 cross to 200 day, I expect immediate downside action followed by the rip. That's the outlook that I have for Deer. I got the cross here, immediate downside action. Now I'm going to look for the rip back up. And this is just going off bullish cross action that I've seen happen in the market even. It's done this in the market before. The SPY did this when it did the bullish cross. It did the bullish cross right here. And then what happened? Downside price action followed by expansion move higher. That's what I'm looking for in the bullish cross, guys. So I like to show you examples of prior, like when has this happened before? There it is.
Stopped out of Kraken. That did not work. ACHR ripping to the highs here. Tried to pull back to the VWAP. Didn't quite get there. ACHR real strong. Volume looks great here this morning too.
Okay.
0 for 1 this morning.
I have to admit there. I'll let you guys know something that you guys will probably get a little laugh at. But yeah, let me at least find a good gift for it. All right, this is the only thing I think about when Ryan keeps telling me Kraken. This is it. Kraken spice rum, baby.
Okay, well, it's done. It is breaking down to the downside. The spots
into the dark.
The spots that we outlined were perfect. I don't think you're going to hear it anymore today, Mitch.
I'll tell you what, I'll hear it. I'll hear it at the bar, baby.
Yeah, I might have to
get a little spice rum on you.
Local watering hole.
Yeah, the local watering hole.
Friday.
Yeah, you know how it is. It is
Might
Friday,
have to
right?
do that.
It is Friday, guys. Hendrix, we talked about this. We can't smash every keys on the keyboard. That's how we easily do a mistake here. Oh man, Hendrix trying to get me to fat finger some trades today. All right, guys, looking around. American going into the green. How's the Qs here, guys? The Qs is just lagging a little bit, but we are going red to green. We did a down move and starting to come back up. Now I'm going to look for a little bit of a VWAP hold. And it's kind of funny, right? Everyone was so bearish this morning. There's a reason why I was starting to lean on kind of, we might just have a little bounce type of move. I don't think this is the rally, but
near term, we're oversold, Mitch. So a bounce here makes complete sense.
Yeah, the market loves to go where it can hurt the most. I think the most is starting to lean really quickly. Let's go shorting everything. Well, we're seeing what else is going on. Don't talk to me about Penn, Jan. I want. I wanted it.
Straight up, Jan. Don't talk to him now.
No, I think it does come back eventually. I'll tell you one thing. I'm keeping an eye on that DKNG trade. I'm keeping an eye on the Penn trade. I want it to go a little bit more. So I'm thinking I get a little bit more. I'm trying to get to prior resistance support, which is around this 2470 level on DKNG. So I want to buy the dip on both of those, to tell you the truth. But I'm not doing it today. I think today is going to be more of that day trading action, but I could miss the bounce. I could miss the play. That's true. I have to admit that sometimes. And that's okay too. If I miss the play, I miss the play, right? We all miss plays. We can't like get into a play just because I think I'm going to miss it. That's FOMO. That's what fear of missing out really is. And that's not going to happen to me. I'll just wait and get to my levels. If it gets to my levels, I buy. If it doesn't, I let it go. It's okay. I think that's also a thing that has helped me is I do a lot of like market commentary, right? And I'm gonna have to call stocks and I'm gonna look at plays all the time. And with that being said, you get to a point where you realize there's so many opportunities in the world of stocks. You don't need to catch every single one. Like they say, guys.
A lot of action around here today, huh?
Joe Pesci. Oh man.
A lot of action, baby. A lot of action
What
out
movie
there, guys.
is that Goodfellas?
Ah.
Is that a Goodfellas quote?
Let's see. Let's hear it again. Let's see if the chat knows.
A lot of action around here today, huh?
That is not a Goodfellas quote.
Is that Lethal Weapon 4?
Nope. Let's see if the chat gets it. This is fun. Ooh, Savage Trading.
Home Alone. Oh.
My boy knows the deal.
Oh, I'm pissed at myself for not getting that. I love Home Alone.
I know. That's why I was like, dang, Ryan, that's one of Ryan's favorites.
I'm crushed.
Can't even
I'm
get
0
one past
for
you
1
guys.
on trades and 0 for 1 on trivia. I might as well just wrap it up today.
Watching BTU, guys, to see if I get stopped out on this one. Of course, back to the 2175s. I'll be out of it.
brutal.
Stops already set. Just got to look to it to reclaim 22 here. It's been battling, but right now, if it could take 22, it won't look too bad there. We'll see what happens on coal today. Is already in the red. I'm looking for BTU to go against the trend today, get into the green, while AMR is on the pullback because it's a recent rip out, right? So we'll see what happens. This is the lagging style play. Talked about this on pre-market prep, put it out on my Twitter. That's all I can do. Now we'll just wonder if it gets there. And then just, of course, always stick to the risk and reward. Today, banks are actually going up, and this could keep the markets continuing to give that bounce look today, right? So look to see if financials go into the red. Look to see if anything goes in the red. Everything's green from the open. Everything is green from the open, at least sector-wise. And that's when I really tried to catch, okay, yeah, today's a little bit of a bounce back day right now. Probability is more that something goes in the red, but maybe not everything goes in the red today. So I want to trade where the money's going and where the rotation is. Right now, for me, out of the top 3 sectors, real estate, utilities, I'm probably not trading either of those. But energy, now that's something I might look at today. So I'll be looking at energy names on pullbacks here. I'll be also looking to see if financials stay strong. And if that stays strong, I feel like the SPY can also stay up also, not just the Qs, right? The Qs are very tech heavy, but the SPY also includes a lot more of those financials. Qs are pulling back here. Let's see if we start to catch a bounce. NVIDIA is still red, just to mention that. That's still dragging there. Some of the tech names it's the weakest sector today. So maybe tech's not the bounce. Maybe the bounce is elsewhere. Maybe the bounce is in financials. Maybe the bounce is in energy names today. Industrial names going higher. So I'm looking at different names today. Defensive names going higher. Technology is lagging.
NVIDIA tanking. Good for the NVIDIA short. Let's go.
Let's go. That's what it's about, guys.
Can't believe I'm not making money on the long side and I am making money on the short side. That is weird for me. But
hey,
it is what it is.
Yep. Looking for some intraday movers and what has moved in the regular session. I see.
Yeah, I'm looking for something good here too.
Bill Holdings, Ring showing up, Fastly. Is AMAT actually up from the open? I know it was getting hit. Oh, it is from the open. AMAT is up. That had earnings. Zoom is actually was in the green. Yeah, that's interesting to see Zoom in the green there. I'm just going through names. How am I going through names, guys? I'm not using my TC right now. I'm using, of course, my Benzinga Pro scanner, of course, to the right here. I'm just going through it and just looking at what stocks are green here. I'm just taking a look there. So Sentinel-1 green. Why would Sentinel-1 be green, Nick? What's going to happen today in a major cyber security stock?
Well, it's probably going to go up because we've heard some different companies say that they've been upgrading their cybersecurity, upgrading just because of some hacks recently. Well, we'll see about Palo Alto tonight since they report after the close tonight, and they have a conference call tonight at 4:30. That's going to tell you either something isn't bad or something's really good and they want to get the word out on a Friday night.
Look at this. Look at this. This tells me enough that at least some people are willing to day trade that idea, Nick. And you look at the cybersecurity stocks right now, Sentinel-1 up, CrowdStrike just right up out the gates, right? Let's look at Zscaler up straight out the gates, right? And this is what I talk about trading industry-wide moves. You know, sometimes we say like, hey, you guys talk those smaller names and those are okay. But I'll tell you one thing. I would love to trade and try to day trade names that are all in the same industry and just try to pick one chart to nail, because this gives me a way better ability to get to the upside, right? If I'm seeing like Pan W, the leader, taking the upside move, I can look at all those little smaller names to try to get some money. And I think that that's the important part, is trying to trade where the rotation's going. And you can see, at least for the day, intraday action, it seems like Cyber is getting a nice little lift there. Okta getting a little lift there. Maybe even Snow that was really battled down, right? This looks interesting to me. We'll see what happens.
And on that note, I'm going to head out for the weekend. So enjoy the rest of live trading. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend, Ryan. Have a good weekend, Mitch.
You too, Nick. Take care of yourself. Thanks for everything.
Nick, don't get into the crack. And remember, you're under 21, my friend. Under 21.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not getting anywhere near that.
That's my boy, Nick. And good job in the bingo game and the bingo tables this week, man.
Thanks.
You go enjoy your weekend.
I think I'm going to bingo I think I'm going tomorrow night as well. I'm going to go to another place.
Hey,
so
hey, don't give up that 600, baby.
No.
He's going to try to multiply it, Mitch.
Risk and reward, baby. Risk and reward. You know it, Nick. Have a good one, man. Take care.
Multiply it. Have a good one,
guys. That's my guy, man.
My guy.
All right, Nick's out of here, guys. Definitely give him some love. We'll keep it going. We'll keep looking. Deer, baby, 400. We're getting there, baby. Now we need sideways action. We're starting to get that bottoming. I can go to the 1 and look for some sideways action here. So this is the expansion move lower right now. And I'll go to my chart, and I'm going to get some deer today, guys. I got no problem trying to shot on it. But so you see the expansion candles right now. Now I need the sideways period where I can get something like this. Some actual reversing look here. So now we're in even down there towards like kind of 398. So that's why I didn't put my orders out before. Now I'm going to start looking at it to try to get some. All right. Let's see if we can get some filled below towards 398s here. Okay, I'm trying to get one order filled here right now. And then from there, we can start looking, because now we have at least the double bottom here. Double bottom 398s. So like right below 399s, I was trying to get filled. There you go. I got one right there on that spread where it went down. The bid went all the way down here towards like 398.07s. So it just got one little fill there. Now I can just start keep looking for that sideways. If it breaks this on the downside, I don't add. I just keep waiting till I see that actual sideways action. And then I can slowly piece into it. Slowly piecing into it. And I can also look at CAT. I think that's going to keep coming down also. And so let's look for the XLI to get green here. A nice VWAP bounce off of this play wouldn't be too bad. This is, of course, overall industrials. And that's in the space that I'm trying to trade. So a move back towards 106.20s would be a good thing for my type of trade. Bill Insane. Yeah, I saw that one up, and yeah, Insane. That one's doing really good. Good call out. I'm going to call you AI Rod because you're not no longer Al Rod. I think it's Al Rod.
A Rod. I like it. AI Rod.
Rod.
I like it. By the way, ACHR, this is a pull right back to the VWAP here. I guess we'll try this too. I lost in my last VWAP trade. We'll try this one here. ACHR right back down to the VWAP, trying to bounce. We'll see if it goes higher.
All right, now we're getting a little bit more bounce there in deer. So now that we've gone in, I think we even may touch like above 400s here. I'll look for it to get really close to that low of the low near 398s, and I'll look to add another one right below 398s now. Slowly piecing in, man. Slowly piecing in. We'll see if I can get it here. All right, winning Dirty Shame. All right, looking around, guys. Trying to grab another one here. Oh, it just went through. It didn't fail me there. Guys, I missed it by 4 cents there on that dip. It went right down there, dear, and gave this like nice little, like where the bid just goes like, you just see the bid just get sucked out. What is it looking? That's the market maker looking for that supply down there. I think we're starting to see some supply down there by 398s. And so it went down. It swooped some. Let's see if it can swoop me and finally get my next fill in. I was really close to it. I had an order sitting out there at 397.51, but it went to 397.55. Would I rather have Tesla or Rivian? What are we talking, Wes?
I think he means the actual vehicle itself.
But like intraday,
or
long
a
term.
Rivian.
I need some time. It's
not a stock, it's a car.
Oh, just to drive it? I
Yeah,
thought
a Rivian or a Tesla, meaning the car, the vehicle
Oh,
itself.
okay. No, I thought he was talking about the stock. That's why. Just to drive the car or Rivian? I've driven both.
I haven't
Teslas-
driven. I've never driven a Rivian.
I've driven so many Teslas when I was a valet that I could tell you right now, I don't like the Tesla. The only thing I like the Tesla
Neither do I.
for is just the center console. That's the only thing I could say. Yeah, it does have a pretty cool, like,
It's an
you can-
iPad.
yeah, that's cool, right? Let's not say that that's not cool. But other
It
than
is.
that, dude, I've driven the S. I didn't like it. I haven't driven a Plaid, but I've driven the S. You know
AC
what's a really? Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
I was just gonna say ACHR is kind of consolidating right here around the VWAP. I'm still in it, but it's not really showing any impetus for moving higher yet. We'll see.
You know, it's one thing I really do think that if you're really into cars, go and you're young, go be a valet driver at a nice hotel. Really nice hotel, of course. So you can
Funny
drive the
story
nice car.
about being valet, Mitch. So when I was younger, my first job, I worked for a catering company. Catering company would do two types of events. We would do picnics where you just dressed in black shorts and a red shirt and grilled hamburgers and hot dogs and such. And we also did tuxedo parties for things like bar mitzvahs and things of that nature. There's a number of really, really wealthy communities on the North Shore here of Chicago, and I worked a lot of those. There were several times where the contracted valet company never showed up to the party. And so what they would do is they would ask the caterers, hey, can you guys valet here in a pinch? Well, guess what? I was one of the only people that could drive stick shift cars. So I got called on every time. That was my experience to Ferraris. That was my experience to a lot of the really nice Mercedes and BMWs back in the day. This was before Tesla and before the electric car craze. And I mean, the first time that I had to park a 355 Spider, I was sweating bullets. I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get this car to move. But man, Ferraris are sweet. Porsches too. So I agree with you. If you're young and you like cars, man, work in valet. You will drive some stuff that will be a one-time opportunity for you, and it's awesome.
I'll tell you which car I really love driving, but can't afford it. Probably won't ever be able to buy it. The Ford Raptor. Oh man, that thing drives
the truck. So
like a freaking tank, dude. That thing drives like a tank.
Did you ever drive the Lightning back in the day, the supercharged F-150?
No, but those things are so awesome. So awesome, Ryan. Like if there's one truck that I would love to just have like in the garage, it'd be that truck right there.
The Raptor, yeah, a lot of people really like that.
No,
ACHR,
the Lightning.
The Lightning.
Hell yeah,
so
bro.
when I had my Trans Am that I built up, I would smoke those Lightnings. Literally, I mean, they'd be pissed because this is a supercharged truck, no weight in the back, like ready to race, and they just get their doors blown off.
Reminds me of when this guy brought a super boosted what was it? It was a let me look it up right quick. But it was a WRX. There you go, WRX.
My buddy's got one, souped up WRX. Super
souped up. Like comes in and then just they're like, hey Mitch, you want to take this down? I'm like, you sure you want to let me do that? I get in the car.
Sorry.
And I get in the car and I was just like, oh my God, like I gotta control myself. Archer, just mentioned that. I talked about it yesterday, how Kathy's been loading up the boat in that one.
Really?
Loading up the boat in that one.
Really? Okay. Archer,
Yeah.
it's just down to its VWAP here. It's really having trouble moving back through its VWAP, but it's kind of holding this level here, flirting with a potential bounce.
All right, deer starting to give me double bottom at 397.84 on the 5 minutes. So starting to slowly try to get into this. I'm looking for pieces below 399 now to get filled. But of course, just got to keep slow getting in.
No all access today, it looks like, Mitch.
Okay, we got a cancellation there. So no worries. That means that we
Archer
will be
breaking
wrapping
down
up at 11. Actually, you know what? We need some light game, guys. Smash it up, guys. Come on, guys. Give us some good light game today so we can stay on towards 11. Where are we at? Let me take a look. All right, guys. We're at 74 likes, guys. There was over 330 of you guys now watching. Of course, some of you guys have hopped out after we had a good time there. But let's do a 250. 250 goal. I'll stay to 11. We'll still have some fun and keep trading with you guys. Subarus are awesome. Yeah, they're pretty decent. I really like them. Have you seen the new Fords that are coming out, Ryan?
The one
Mustang?
that's which one are you referring to? Because there was one that was Nick was talking about earlier that has a Lamborghini price tag, which I have not seen.
Yeah, there's some new Ford Mustangs coming out. Let me actually.
So when I was in Arizona in February earlier this year for the PGA event, they had a Ford tent there that had several of the new kind of up-level Mustangs. I'll be honest, they looked effing sweet. I would absolutely drive one of those around, man. That would be fun. Mustangs look awesome.
Yeah, it is a hefty price tag on this one, but I'll bring it up here in a second. Let me get through the ad there. I'll bring it up with Motor Trend. They have like a little video on it. Dear, come on, dear. Fill me up another share, please. Come on. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to get some more deer. I'll let you guys know if I get filled. All right, there it is. There's the video. Let me rewind this. Oof. Let me bring it in here. All right, let's make this full screen. I don't think we'll do audio because I don't think you'll hear the car anyways. But here it is, guys. This is that new Mustang that's worth just a little bit close to 300,000. Oh, it's so sweet though. It's so sweet. Look at this. The GTD, baby. Ooh, look at that side skirt.
That does look really awesome.
That looks mean, man.
I don't like the color of the wheels, but I like the design of them.
Oh, that looks mean. That's pretty mean, Spoke. Oh. Oh, it looks pretty sweet, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. Looks. Oh, that looks mean. I'm not gonna lie.
That does look really awesome. That does look really awesome
for American muscle, right? I mean, that's what a muscle car should look like in the front. Oof, not bad, Motor Trend. I'll give you the shout out on that one. Not bad.
ACHR looks like this is probably done here. Gonna have to take another loss here.
All right, just got one more. Got one more filled there for deer. 398.52. Taking my deer shot, guys. You know what's funny? People, my wife has said that a deer, like the animal, is my spirit animal. Maybe that's why I like deer so much. I think it is a V8. I think it's a 5.8 V8 though. It's as fast as the other Ford Mustang, the new impressive one, what is it called? Um, the Dark Horse. That one's badass too. That's 42 grand for like if you want something more.
That's totally affordable though. I mean,
yeah, that's a
it's not
500
300 grand, dude.
horsepower. That's a 500 horsepower Mustang right there. It looks like 63 on the website. It said like, it probably started a little bit cheaper. Look at that.
Even
Ooh,
that though, that's
pretty sick.
affordable. That's so much more palatable. That's the cost of an Audi. I mean, that's more palatable than a Ferrari.
The Dark Horse. I like the front that they went with, man. Normally, I don't like the new fronts of the new Mustangs. I'm way more into the older body ones. Those lights look pretty mean. That grille looks pretty mean. And that's what I like in American Muscle. I need a nice grille. I need a nice front. And I don't like too much of the new school backs. Like, they're a little bit too slim for me. I like the big rear bodies that, Mustangs used to have. But hey, that's just me. I used to have a Cobra, 99 Cobra. So just to put it out there.
Yeah, I had a 95 Mustang GT that I had built up a little bit, but then I sold that and built up my Trans Am. That thing was an absolute rocket ship.
Jesse said you are the best deer, Mitch. All right, let's see if deer can start making that move now. I'm starting to like how it's really giving me a nice little bottoming action now. So I'm just taking it easy because one of the things with deer is that you can't just it's like Tesla. Like I don't like to just go too extreme into Tesla really quickly because that's easily how I get these big wicks. You see how Tesla has these big wicks even on a 5-minute? Like the stock closes here at 216, but it wicked down to 214.81 in 5 minutes. So you need to be able to give yourself a room for that pullback.
Jesse says the Shelby GT is my favorite. Eleanor, right?
GTs, man.
You got Eleanor on this list. Yeah, I know. That's
I'm surprised that we're not getting some Chevy hate.
What do you mean?
The Camaro fans out there. They all don't like the Ford fans out there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, when I used to have my Trans Am, my handle on the message board was SMK FRD, so I totally get it.
Yeah.
Now I have a Ford.
All right, I'm seeing some of these industrials doing decent there. Let's find what's doing well in the XLI that's keeping it up. Generac, there you go. That's a stock that's coming back. I did see some hurricanes out there. Look at that. In Generac moves, it moves, man. That's a pretty decent move there in Generac. And then I'm looking around to see what else is moving here. Stanley Black & Decker getting a little bit of a lift today. Lockheed Martin with a nice little lift off. That's interesting to see. Carr Global Corporation. So you got some defensive names here. Picard doing well today. That's actually a good outlook there for Deere. That Picard is doing well. That's in the same space. Farm and heavy construction, right? JB Hunt bouncing back a little bit today after that recent news. That thing got hit for sure. BTU, what are you going to do, man? You going to stop me out or what? You got close, man. It went to above 22s. Now it's right back. Chevy and Ford are junk. Come on, man. Do you know where you're at? You're in the Detroit stream, baby.
That's just jealousy.
I know. There's always a hater, man. Oh, man. But I'm not going to lie. I miss burning some rubber, man. I used to do some long burnouts. Oh, man.
I just like driving. That's why this whole self-driving craze is,
especially like a stick
nuts.
shift. I'm with you, Ryan. There's nothing like a stick shift, man. I mean, there's nothing like, just giving it a quick little bam, bam, bam.
It's your sound effects or something else, man.
Oh man, you have no idea.
Oh.
Don't get me behind a light, man.
I still do that. My car now, Ford Fusion Sport, it's just twin turbo, all-wheel drive. It's tuned, so I rip that thing off the line.
Oh man. Good times, man. Good times. No, you can burn out through multiple gears. Oh, you're a G. You can burn out into third. Ooh. Steel doing well today. Lumber and wood production. This is one that I'm going to take a little bit of a longer term move here. And I'm going to go on something that I've never traded before. I'm going to try to take some West Fraser timber. This is something else, guys. I'm going to try to take this off of kind of the 75-50 area. So I'm going to take a little bit here because I'm late to the party and I don't want to get through 77 right now. But I'm also going to be looking for a pullback. So this is only a third of what I think I'll get. It just grabs a little bit there. Let's get a little bit 76.88. Let's look for a little pullback there. I'm going to look for a little pullback back towards 76 to add. But this is all about playing a different type of name, West Fraser timber. I'm playing lumber wood production to go higher. I've seen how the lumber prices have jumped recently, and that should help Home Depot for someone that was looking at Home Depot earlier today. And I can show you guys that with FinViz. I'm going to take a look right now to try and show you guys that. We got to go into, of course, the softs, so we can take a look at lumber. And
ACHR, by the way, patience has paid off. As it moves back up here. So now I have a stop set. I can't lose money on this trade. When it was going red on me, I was like, no, there we go. Stopped out. All right. So at least we're able to get the thing back or get money back and then get out with it essentially flat. I'm not even going to call that a gain. That's flat. Stopped out at flat. Just playing defense
Sydney.
on a day like
no,
today.
Sydney. I am not on TikTok doing any donuts. No worries, Ryan. You don't watch those videos, and I'm glad. But especially the videos that Sydney's talking about.
I have no idea what she's even talking about.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I'm happy for that, Ryan. Okay. That makes me smile, man. But look at the recent action in lumber. And so this is lumber, right? Overall, this is like the futures contracts. I've seen a lot of spike in green volume as it comes into this spike. And of course, lumber production, there's so many like wildfires that have gone on and stuff like that in Canada and things like that. I think lumber eventually gets a spike back here towards this 580. So I'm willing to take a stock in lumber. I'll take WFG. Starting to take some shots here today, guys. I got four stocks now: Deere, American, WFG, and BTU Peabody.
Wow, look at IONM.
What's up with the Qs here, guys? Qs recovering VWAP. It just did a wick to the downside. I think that was a little test to scare out some of the bulls, and we're starting to get more reaction to the upside here. So it looks pretty decent to me right now. TQQQ is another way to play this. It just kind of recovered 35.75s. That looks interesting for me for it to get to 36 today. We'll see if that can get up there. Still has 20 cents to do that. That's TQQQ, not SQQQ, right? The opposite, right? To the upside. If I want to look for a little bit of some push here. I see Ross Stores doing good today. Oh, those names, those cybersecurity names continuing. Okta with a nice little pullback to 70.25. Nice little push off that. CrowdStrike pulls back to 144. Nice little push off of that. PanW, nice little pullback right now. Still an ability to maybe catch this one. So we'll see what happens on that one. Let's go to some different names like Zscaler. Zscaler, nice little VWAP pullback. Nice little lift higher. Why am I showing you guys this? Because remember I talked about how you want to be sometimes day trading good industries. Well, a lot of these did VWAP bounces. And so we could have been looking at this to try to target this type of move today. All right, what you got, Ryan?
Lori's asking, Ryan, are you still in NVDS? Yes, I am. I'm looking for an NVIDIA to move below 400 with this trade. So yes, still long NVDS.
It's crazy with the stock split that happened there, right?
Yeah, I bought it the day before it split. And then when it came in, I added a little bit.
That's interesting, right? That's interesting right there. So what did you get on that? Like, so it just did a nice little price change, right?
Yeah, it was, I think, one for here. I bought my
1 for
price,
5, I think.
Yeah, I believe that's right. My price was 8. So here, 8 times 5. Yeah, my price was 8. It was a 1 for 5. So my average now is 39.90.
Okay.
And NVDS is currently at 41.84.
Awesome trade, man. Awesome. All right,
You got it,
Bitcoin
no problem.
short, Biddy. you're shorting Bitcoin like that easy. That's not a bad one. That's not a bad way to play it. What about MSTR for the short? Ooh, look at this thing. This thing's dropping today. Micro strategy. See what happens there. All right, looking around, guys. AI actually up today, and you're starting to see some bounces, guys. And look how Microsoft is starting to hold a little bit. See if Microsoft can actually come back. And one thing that I can tell you guys is every sector from the open is still green. Technology is actually starting to climb a little bit. Basic materials lagging a little bit, and healthcare lagging a little bit. Energy still leading the way there. XOM looks pretty decent now, back to 108.70s. Oxy with a nice little lift off today. Chevron continuing to the upside. We'll see what happens on some of these oil names. It's been a decent day there in energy.
Nice job, SS Trades and GNS. This is an absolute ramp. Missed this one, but man, oh man, what a trade here. Great job. You're doing really good, SS Trades. I know you said, you're kind of new to this. You're really doing a good job. Keep it up.
Good job, my friend. Keep going at it and always focus on
going at it.
Making that money, focusing on being disciplined and just taking your shots. At the end of the day, they're your shots to take, right? That's why we always talk about processed approach and learning from us and then doing your own thing. Because the key here is for you guys to learn and for you guys to go ahead and get better decision-making skills, understand what your skills are, understand your personality, your strengths, your weaknesses. And that's what we're going to always keep pushing here on Benzinga. Understanding that is so important. And once you do, just keep going after it. A name in that similar industry that's doing well, a little bit more expensive, is Coursera. And I think this is an interesting play just because of the daily. And I'll show you guys the daily first, and then we go to the intraday action, right? So you see this 15, I was playing really well. You see this little trend line action. This looks pretty decent. Now it starts getting back above the 515s, and this doesn't look too bad, right? I mean, it could go back towards the 16s here, even on the intraday action. Pulls back here. Looks like at 116. Coursera, C-O-U-R. So many names, guys, out there. And I think it's always important to look into the industry, see if you see an industry-wide move, right? GNS is definitely leading that industry today. There's other players too, CLEU, and there's some other players there you can catch. Walmart coming back today? Yeah, Walmart's coming back today. Target with a big up move. I'm starting to think that some institutionals are starting to get into Target. And why? Because they're trying to play against all the woke nonsense and like thinking that Target's going to go down to like $50 because just some clothes. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're starting to see some volume coming in here. And I think this is very important that there was a big volume day. And you can see here the lift in the volume. This tells me institutional action, especially as retail just says, oh, no, I want nothing to do with this. I tell you one thing, I wouldn't be shorting Target with that sign there. I don't know if I'm necessarily going long it right now, but I can tell you at least something about that volume tells me, be careful, Mitch. Don't fight volume, because volume's easy way that some bigger boys can build up a position here and then see this come back up. Biggest change I've made is starting to respect my stop loss after your inputs yesterday, Money Mitch and Ryan. And that's what it's all about, man. And I think that the big thing there is, of course, always understand, like we talked about it. Sometimes you are going to get stop loss hunted, I call it, where like if you put your order out too early, the market maker comes and takes that, and it's going to happen. That's what you see a lot of the times when you see where people get out of a position really near the low of the day, and then the stock comes right back up. It's going to happen. But the key is learning how we can adjust there to give ourselves a little bit more room off of just very noticeable levels. That's what I talked about yesterday that helps me. If I see the support at 130, I don't want to put my stop exactly at 130 because if I do that, everyone's there. The market maker might just take that supply and let it come back up. And so I think that a lot of times I look for, like, let's say if it was 130, 100% to put my stop. Well, can I put it down towards 129.75? Can I put it down towards 129.50? And what sizing do I need to take so I can risk that much? Things like that help me. What you guys got out there? ACHR?
Yeah, ACHR is pretty much all I'm watching right now. It's the only thing that looks any good, and the only thing that really has strength.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with looking at that. It's held support. 6 seems
I
to
don't
be
have
like
any.
clear support. And if you look at the driving action, let's look at the 1 hour chart to help us look to see if this is the rule of 3 coming in here. And so upside is that one side action, down, 2 up, 2 down, 3 up. Didn't really get to that up. And so I really don't even consider this action here, the 650, a resistance try. This is the resistance try where it went through it to 75 and pulled back now. Archer still looks good. I'd be looking for pullbacks to hold 625s. Now on the 1 hour chart, around 625s it can hold, and then looking for it to take out 7. Let's see if it does it today. So now that it pulled back to VWAP, maybe we just go off that 630, right? 630 low, 625 being the risk. Not a bad entry if someone was able to get that entry.
Here goes Archer off that 655 spot.
I'll put you up to call Archer here.
I don't have it. I don't have it right now.
But just at least the look. You can tell us what you're seeing there. I'm going to focus on trying to maybe get some more deer. I'm already deep into the green, at least for the reversal action. At least it's now to 402. I'm at 398. I'm feeling a lot better on that.
Yeah, IONM. This Crow. You're right about this. This is a huge move here. Huge move, over 100%. And you see how this volume is expanding? This is why you're getting this big move. It's because you have a volume that looks like this, continuing to expand.
The low 400s I will add on deer, but just gonna have to be slow and continue.
Easy Mike
up.
talking about SOUN. Loading SOUN Crow, just a tosser. I don't think I know what that means. Archer going higher here. Should have bought that. That was stupid. Nice move there in Archer, though.
Not a bad one.
I mean, that was the best trade of the day here so far, Archer. Huge move off the open, pull back a little bit below VWAP, and now a good rip off that too. So
yeah,
Archer giving you an opportunity.
What you want to see there is a lot of times reversal signals off the VWAP. What I mean by that is on the 1 minute here on Archer, you get this kind of action where you get below it, right? And if you look at the action there, it's the rule of 3 too. But we won't even get it like that. What you're looking for is cut on the VWAP and looking for this type of candle reaction. This is exactly the type of candle reaction I want to see when we get that up move. And then that should give us the lift through resistance. And so we got up here last time with that, but it just wasn't the same kind of candle as this is. This is that bullish engulfing candle, which is a lot of the times what you want to see if you're looking for momentum to start up. So I like how this pulls back through it, and there's like 1, 2, 3 attempts to come down towards the support VWAP, and then a recovery reversal action. I'm sure you guys probably even have heard me say that strategy before. Deer looking interesting for me now. Now this looks like, yeah, I have it pretty decent. I still want to add more, but I need to be patient here and then just not overextend myself on deer. We can add later in the day if we need to. BTU still hasn't stopped me out. I'm okay with that as long as it doesn't stop me out and just kind of gives me the ability to try to get back into the green and know my risk. I'm cool with it. AAL starting to get into the green now and starting to hold. I'm thinking about adding here already at 15. I only have a starter in AAL, and I don't want to miss the bottom. And sometimes AAL has a tendency of just running away from me. So I'm looking at it here, and I'm like, my ad should be towards 1470s, but 15s isn't too far off. I have 1496 right now. Probably just going to wait and see if I can get a little bit of a pullback. The intraday makes me antsy, but I'm going to leave that alone. Cannabis is back big. That'd be interesting.
Sorry, I don't have a whole lot of anything here today.
Just looking around, guys. Looking around. 10 holding that pullback. That looks interesting there. BKNG going to 2637. Did I miss my opportunity for 2550? Might have, but hey. All right, what else is going on here? Let's go to the SPY here. SPY's just hanging sideways here, so it feels like we're just getting a lot of volume to build. We'll be wondering if we do make a break to the upside or not, but still every sector in the green from the open. Yet overall change is what? Red. I think that's always interesting. When from the open, everything green, but a lot of these overall are in the red. Of course, because they dropped down overnight and then now bouncing back. That's why I like paying attention from the open versus what the overall action tells me. The overall action is like, yeah, you pulled back overnight. That tells me what the overnight action is. The change from the open tells me what's happened in the intraday. All right, out there, guys. We only got to 137 likes today, guys. So
wow.
Not meeting our goal. I told you guys that we would cut off at 10:30. I tried to give us a couple extra minutes to get to the like goal there, but looks like we're not going to get to our 200 like goal today. So we're going to have to wrap it up a little early. This hurts me, guys. This hurts me. But
yeah, it hurts me too, but it is what it is.
No, God! No,
but,
God, please, no, no.
But, Mitch, I hope that you have a good weekend. And to all of the viewers out here, have a great weekend. We will be back at this next week. I'll be live from the HQ. Should be a lot of fun. Enjoy your weekend, folks.
All right, guys. You guys have a great one. Like always, we'll be right with you guys here. We'll be back on Monday. Hit the like. Catch me a little bit later, like always. It's always good to be with you guys. We'll keep battling. See you next time, team. Right here, of course, live trading with Benzinga. Keep battling out there, guys. We'll see what happens in deer, what happens in AAL. And just to let you guys know, I just got triggered out of BTU. I always like to keep it transparent with you guys. We'll see you next time. Have a happy weekend. Stay safe out there. I know that it always gets crazy on the weekend. So we'll see you back on Monday, and we'll always keep battling my weekday warriors. I call you guys because that's the truth. We're not the weekend warriors. We're the weekday warriors. We battle it up in the weekdays, and we enjoy the weekend. We'll see you, like always, right here, of course, on Benzinga. And don't go anywhere, team. We always got more for you.